Alright, so let me just fix this on here, Fab. Okay, now, okay guys, I'm here with Fabijan Krislovic. It's the end of Movember, and the moustache has got to come off, alright? They're just quick and painless, Fab. Are you ready?
You sure you know what you're doing?
I know exactly what I'm doing, okay? You're watching the Tropic Zone, guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now that's a good cup of joe. And more on Fabijan Krislovic's Mo later in the episode. But a massive weekend away for the FIBA window, where Jarrod Kenny and Rob Lowe star for the New Zealand Tall Blacks, and a very Nathan Jawai playing and suiting up for the Australian Boomers. Both teams logging 2 big wins and locking themselves into the World Cup next off-season. I had a chance to catch up with Jarrod Kenny on all things Tall Blacks and who was the most annoying roommate he's ever had on the national team.
Robbie's a special person. I wouldn't say annoying, but you know, living in the same apartment block with the Taipans, with the Tall Blacks, you may be able to spend too much time with someone, but no, Robbie's easy to get along with. He's pretty easy going bloke, and yeah, it's just good to have another Kiwi over here. Yeah, it's a happy time. You know, getting to catch up with all your brothers. You know, we talk about brothers with the Taipans, and that's massive in the Tall Blacks in our team. And I guess what people talk about a lot is culture. But for us, that's one of the main things. You know, we've got guys that come back from Europe, and guys that are not playing and just training. And then there's the rest of us in the Aussie League, and it's like a family every time we all get together from all over the world. And yeah, it's just something that, you know, it's a grind, it's tough, it's hard, but you know, you get to share some pretty incredible moments together, and it's just something you look forward to, and it's fun, and yeah, it's always a joy. Yeah, we got together in the last window, and you know, we really had a good look at the big picture and outlined you know, all these little steps along the way that we have to take to achieve that goal of World Champs and then Olympics. So yeah, obviously qualifying is number 1 first, getting that first win, and then after that, all the games are just as important to get that seeding for the World Champs, which, you know, is pretty massive, because obviously only one team can get out of Oceania or the Asian bracket now, and you know, it normally comes down to, well, over the last 10 or 15 years, whatever it's been, New Zealand, Australia, and that's always big. You know, Australia obviously been quite dominant over the years. So for us, you know, that's massive, trying to finish ahead of them at World Champs to get that guaranteed spot. I got a couple more years in me, but yeah, I have started thinking, and I wouldn't mind getting into the coaching side of it. Obviously, there's not a lot of opportunity in terms of jobs in the NBL, and more so probably in New Zealand, but I'd probably prefer a bit of that and staying put a bit more, and enjoying some home time and downtime for a while rather than being on the road all the time. But yeah, I want to do something that kind of gives back and can help the younger ones coming through, and yeah, for sure.
Now, while the national team boys are away, the fishermen play. Waxy and Mitch Young had an epic adventure out on the high seas with the FIBA window and the NBL bye. Mitch Young thought it was an opportunity not to be missed.
Saturday afternoon, headed out to the reef, having a pretty good session. Bit of competitive fishing. Waxy, my partner Haley, Chris Daniel were having a comp bait first jigs, just keeping score who was catching the most. Then we went out a little bit further for a bit of a troll, trying to get a few mackerel. About a month and a half ago, I was out there and I caught a 25 kilo Spanish mackerel, which is an absolute horse. Thought it was the biggest mackerel I would ever catch, like just monster. Thought I'd lucked out, you know, kind of like fish of a lifetime kind of thing. I was like, sick. Anyway, we're out there trolling around. We had set the rods up so it was like 2 rods on each side, and with the teams we were having a comp, like that was mine and Haley's side, this was Waxy and Chris's side. Anyway, one of the rods went off and it's just screaming like something massive. I said to Haley, I was like, you grab it, like you go, like you can have it. So she picks it up, she's like kind of whining it, just can't do anything, like this thing's like unmovable. We thought it was a massive shark or a marlin, so she gave it to me. I'm just like going hard, getting into it, like fighting, trying to get it up. I was like, this thing is an absolute monster. Like I thought it was a marlin. 10, 15 minutes into the fight, it starts coming up to the surface, like I'm dripping in sweat, like arms are cooked, back's cooked, I'm still whining, it's coming up, and then we just see this massive tail just splash on the surface, and I was just like, wow. Like I turned around, looked at Chris, I caught the other one, and I was like, I actually said to him, this is the biggest mackerel I'll ever get. And then we saw this one get in a boat, and we were just like hooting, carrying on, high fives, just mayhem, like just stoked, like super stoked. It was awesome. Picked it up, got a few photos. Yeah, it was too big to put in the esky, so we just kind of left it on the back of the boat. Drove back in that night, left it in the esky, went up to Bransford's tackle on Sunday, weighed it in, it was 28.4 kilos, so I'd say would have lost a little bit of fluid overnight, but somewhere around that 30 kilo mark. So yeah, fish of a lifetime, man. Pretty stoked. Good weekend off for the bike.
Up next on Tropic Zone is another installment of Around the Club, and the focus of this segment is none other than the Taipans cheerleaders. And Kim Vale heads up the squad, and I had a chance to chat to her about all their training and all the preparation that goes into the games.
I run Dancescapes, the June Vale Dancers. That operates 6 days a week, and Taipans is an additional commitment that I run twice a week. So our trainings are, well, sometimes I'm pretty strict, but this season the girls are really good, so I don't really have to be too strict on them. So we have a lot of fun, we muck around a bit, but as soon as like I change into boss mode, yeah, they pull themselves together. But it goes a 2, a 3, a 2, 4, 5. Oh, is everyone doing that? Yeah. This season is so different from the other seasons. I've never had to yell at the girls this time or push them. They've all just kind of picked up the routine, and we've done it a couple of times and we can go. In rehearsals, we always have a good laugh. I tend to be the one that makes a lot of the jokes. I think I'm pretty funny. Oh, they laugh at me all the time. 100%. Or maybe they're just laughing because they have to. Stay close at the end. Well, not legit. So on our cheer squad we have 15 and we've got 14 girls and 1 boy. The games are sometimes hard, like when they call like a timeout after a timeout. That's hard. People don't understand. A minute of like fitting every single trick and step into 50-second or 40-second routine. It's pretty hard. And then you got to run back to the bench and act like you're really, really happy and go back to cheering again. Dancing to me is my happy place. It's been my happy place since I was extremely young. It's so much fun connecting with the crowd and being out on that court and seeing people smile from what you love doing on the court. And I believe that anyone who aspires to be a cheerleader, whether you're a boy or a girl, definitely give it a go.
Well, every year in the month of November, only the strongest, bravest men attempt to grow their precious hair in the upper lip area. But there's enough follicle faux pas to last for the entire year, but it's all in support of men's health and our very own Fabijan Krislovic is leading the charge for the Taipans.
Fab, it's looking pretty good, man. How's it feel? How's it feel?
Oh, you know, it's becoming a part of me now. I've had it for about a month.
So talk to me about the fundraising part of it. What's it for?
Yeah, just Movember, you know, raising some money and awareness for men's health, you know, mental health, and then testicular prostate cancer, just helping a bit of that. So it's just something I've, you know, looked into a little bit and thought, hey, if I can, you know, grow a mustache.
It's looking strong, it's looking real strong, but as you know, it's the end of November now, end of Movember, so it's time to go.
Yeah, it is.
There's an easy way to do it and a hard way to do it.
Yeah, I was just gonna go, you know, have a quick shave.
No, Fab, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. See here, you got ankle tape. This is what ankle tape is for. Now, let me show you. It's too easy like that. Let me just put this on here. Hang on.
No. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hang on. Just gonna put this on here.
What are you doing?
So, how much money did you raise, Fab?
I think I got just about 500.
Over 500. That is fantastic. Now, are you ready? You're gonna hold still, Fab. Hold still. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Fab, you alright?
Oh, you get it?
Yeah. I think we. Hey, we got it. We got it. Well done, Fab. Hey, great job supporting a worthy cause, mate.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, very proud of you. Raising more than $500 for Movember. Great work, mate.
Cheers, Al.
Great work, Fab. That's a monster effort to raise money and all for a worthy cause. Well, that's it for this episode of Tropic Zone. We'll see you next time.